Okay, here we are.
All right. Welcome to the Masters of None podcast. Um, I'm here with my father. This is Michael Morales. I go by Adam over here. And yeah, I'm going to ask him some questions about his time playing guitar and what he's learned and come to know. All right. So, when and how did you start? Like, what was your first instrument and everything like that?
Well, I started playing guitar when I was about 18 years old. Um, I have a friend named Ted who showed me three or four chords and gave me some chord charts from some of our church music. And my dad had found a guitar in the trash. It was an Alvarez Jumbo, and he gave it to me, and I kind of refurbished it a little bit. And it was a little torn up, but it just needed some new strings, and it actually was workable. And so I just sat at home and practiced all the time because I worked at night. So I was home alone all day. And that was about almost 30 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, it's very interesting, actually. I didn't know you started with one straight out of the trash. But I mean, you got to work with what you got. Um, all right. So my next question, I think something that I really want to know personally is what kind of like, set that fire off in you, what really made you passionate about it?
To play guitar specifically or just for music?
I would say playing guitar specifically. Well, actually both. That's good.
Well, I think that what gave me passion for playing guitar was my passion for music.
Mm.
And my passion for music came just from my family. I come from a family of lots and lots of singers and musicians. And music was always a big, big part of my life when I was a kid. My parents sang together. My dad sang with his brothers, and so I wanted to learn how to sing harmonies. And so when I was 9, I asked my dad to show me how to sing harmonies, and he would sing to soundtracks. And so we had a boom box in the house, and all his soundtracks were there. And so he would turn on the soundtracks in the living room, and we would sing together. He was showing me how to do harmonies. And pretty quickly, I figured out how to do them on my own. And so when I turned 11, they had asked him to sing at our church, and it was just him and my mom, but he wanted a third part. So he told me that I had to sing with him, and I didn't really want to, but he made me do it because he said, "We weren't learning all this for nothing." And so he forced me to sing. And so that kind of started a passion for music. And my first instrument was drums, but you can't really make melodies and play chords with drums. And so I wanted to pick up the guitar so I could make melodies and play chords.
Mm. Yeah, here you are today, leading worship. Um, well, let's ask something about that. What was your, I don't know, I guess kind of your first experience gigging in any way, or your thoughts through that process?
Well, my first experience was, like I said, when I was 11, when dad made me sing at church. And then that became a regular thing. Anytime there's a kid singing, even if it's not the lead, it's kind of like a novelty. And people really like to see that and they go, "Hey, you guys should sing with your son." And plus, it was a family, mom, dad, and a kid. There's kind of some novelty there too. People like to see that. So, pretty much as often as my dad wanted to sing, people wanted us to sing with him. And so that kind of, after a while, that sort of fell off. I started learning the drums when I was about 13. I was actually learning before that because I would sort of play while I was listening to songs in the car, like on my lap, like on my legs, and do the exercises with moving my foot independent of my hands, things like that. So I kind of taught myself how to play the drums, and So started playing drums in church when I was about 16 or so. And so then within a couple of years, picked up the guitar. So that was my first experience playing in front of people, was just doing it at church. And then pretty soon, I would say when I was around 20-ish, I started playing in a band, a rock band.
The Nomadic Farmers.
No, we were actually called Israel Sun.
Oh yeah, the Nomadic Farmers was after that.
Came later, yeah.
Yeah, and then what was about Stone Down? What about Stone Down?
I wasn't part of that.
I
I just
know.
did photography for them.
Oh, all right. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. What? Okay. I have two more that are kind of just personal questions for you about, the culture around just instrument playing in general. So what's a big significant figure for you? Because for me, I look a lot up to Chris Wolstenholme and Thundercat because, they both really did something pretty revolutionary for their time. And I mean, Chris Wolstenholme played with Muse for a really long time, but when he first started with them, he didn't know how to play the bass. And he just picked it up and did a really great job, kind of self-taught.
I mean, I guess I would say my first hero was my dad, obviously, because he was a really great singer and he was very confident and he was really comfortable being in front of people. And so that's probably my first kind of big hero. Man, apart from that, I would say that the first singer that I really, really just wanted to be like and wanted to sound like and wanted to emulate was Vince Gill. Probably around the time I was about 17 or so, when I was a junior or senior in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, well, when I was a senior in high school. I listened to country music at that time pretty much exclusively. And I was dating a girl in high school. And for my birthday, when I turned 18, she bought me a Vince Gill tape. And I would sit and listen to it and try to hit those high notes. And then later on, after I got married, when I was in my early 20s, I went to music schools. And that's where I met Dr. Sam Germany at Cedar Valley College, who recognized something in my voice that I wasn't using and taught me how to actually use it. And kind of changed a lot of, well, everything about the way I sing, the way I use my voice, and made me who I am, really.
Yeah. You used to tell me stories about Dr. Germany, horror stories.
Yeah.
And the last one is instrument-wise, your favorite instrument to use. I really love Ibanez's and Fenders. I like Ibanez's because not only did I start on an Ibanez, but most of them have a really cool look. And I like Fenders because of like Squier and stuff that surrounds Fenders and those looks and stuff like that, so.
Yeah. So what were you asking me?
What your favorite instruments are to use and play in your experience.
Well, my first guitar that I got new was a Washburn that my dad bought me. And I'm not sure why I got it. I thought it was cool, probably. I don't think there was anything very special about it. In fact, it was probably a pretty crappy guitar. But it had electronics on board, so I could plug it in. So I thought that was really cool. I don't know, and I recognized the name Washburn, and like I said, it was just kind of a nice-looking guitar, I guess, an acoustic. But I got kind of lucky, and someone broke into our church building and stole it. And so the insurance company gave me quite a bit of money for it. I think my dad paid about $650 for that guitar, and they gave me somewhere around $700. Even though when he bought it, they had thrown in the case. I think the insurance company recognized that the case had some value, so they gave me more than what we actually paid for it. So I took that and I bought a Martin that was an entry-level guitar, but it was a Martin.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, Carlos, gave me the money to add the electronics to it. He just wanted to do that for me. But But that guitar started having some problems. The bridge on it came loose and started to move around. And Carlos, around that time, the same guy, had gotten a new guitar, a really, really nice Taylor. And he had an Alvarez acoustic that is made by a Japanese luthier named Kazuo Yairi. And Yairi guitars are world renowned for their quality and their sound. And so this was a very nice guitar. And he didn't need it anymore. And he saw that I was having some problems with my Martin, so he gave me that guitar. And that's my favorite instrument of all time, just because it's really, really special to me. It's something that Carlos owned for a long time. I think it was built in 1987, so it's really old. It's got some years on it. It's aged really well. And then later on, a bunch of people at church pooled their money together and bought me my dream guitar, which is my Larrivee. I still have my Larrivee Dreadnought.
Yeah, and that one is a very, very nice guitar. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, it's a gorgeous instrument.
I have played it. Haven't I? Have I played your Larrivee?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I played Brandon's guitar.
Hmm.
Well, I like that you answered that with sort of a timeline. That was very nice. And I think as of right now, I have what my dream bass is that I just got, the Ibanez Artcore. He got me an AGB 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
AGB 200 model, which is a gorgeous instrument, by the way. I'm very happy about it. And yeah, I appreciate you answering all these questions.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And they were very interesting. I actually learned a lot more than I thought I would.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on your podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
All right.
That's it.